I did figure it out, but the audio in this video is a little bit weird. But by the time my next video comes out and it's a reaction both to the album and just other things, I'll have figured some more stuff out.
Hi guys, I'm literally just back from work. I don't know if this mic even works at this point anymore, but I just before I wanted to start, although I'm so freaking excited, so I cannot wait. I found this, and I don't know. You know what they say? Some people's trash is one man's trash is another man's treasure. I did literally find this in the trash, but I think it's really dope. I'm a little worried it has something to do with some form of colonialism, but until that is proven, please don't prove it in the comments. I'm gonna keep it because this is my vibe. And like, what the F? Like, I had to. Anyways, I'm poor. But this is not about me. This is about Lorde, who, by the way, I thought the album was coming out tonight. So I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is my album reaction. And I thought there was like the single like 24 hours before the album, but it's not. Because like I wasn't gonna listen to Hammer because I was like, I'll just save that. It'll be one more song that'll be really new when the album comes out. But I'm filming two videos today. I'm also going to be reacting to Haim's I Quit album. I'm so excited for that. I've been a big fan of Haim really since Women in Music Part 3, but I've then since listened to their earlier catalog and I just really love their work. So that'll come too. But shut the fuck up. Let's just get into it. Let's just begin. So I'm gonna do like a whole thing for this Lorde album, like more than just a reaction. I really talk about like what I've come to understand from the marketing, the imagery, the music videos. I'm gonna really encapsulate it all. But this is just a single. This is Hammer. I'm gonna like show a blurb of like what she sort of mentioned like Hammer is about. I have to turn the fan off. I can't. Fuck. I'm already pausing it, but I totally forgot. This is like the entrance into the album, right? Hammer is the first song. This is the entrance into Virgin. This, in theory, should say a lot, but it also should just be transitioning us from solar power into the era of Virgin. Does this not remind you guys a little bit of pure heroin? I don't like what the light is doing to my face. The lighting changed. I look ugly now, but it is what it is. But does this not remind you guys of pure heroin, both in her like this is already so freaking cool because the instrumental itself, like I feel like I'm entering like a bit of a wormhole, which I hope is like an a desired effect, but also the delivery. And I know this has been a return to form. I know that she's talked about like no longer denying the music that you loved at 17 and just your being of youth. And just in the delivery and the lack of noise in the background, even though there's obviously this hammering noise, which I think is also very funny and fitting. But it just reminds me of pure. I'm ready to feel like I don't know the answers. I think that's very like important for Lorde's journey. Like, I mean, like, and I liked Solar Power, but if we remember like the opening song in that, which was The Path, it was her relaying to us that she doesn't have all the answers. I would argue that like I never thought she did. I don't really feel as if her core audience did, but I feel as if she might have felt this pressure where she had built herself up. I mean, her name is literally Lorde. So it's like she had built herself up to feel as if in her music she had to get those answers. And once again, this is her relaying this is her relaying like she's maybe she now feels like we get that she doesn't have the answers, but she herself is excited for a time when she can also feel like she doesn't have to know it all. Also, that lyric about a snake tongue, like, oh my God. I can already tell in the best way that this is a song that will take a million listens. I even felt that way about Man of the Year, which I didn't react to because, I mean, I filmed a reaction, but ultimately I felt like that song in particular was so unknowable to me that it just didn't lend itself to a strong reaction. But I love that song a lot now. And I loved it then too, but just like for a channel that occasionally touches upon music, like it didn't make me move in the same way. But this, much like Man of the Year, only here I am reacting to this because it did call me to do it. It's very layered and yet it's also very clear. I can tell she feels like it's to her core of her core, and I think that's really exciting. I'm so excited to do a deep dive into this album to talk about the story that she's laid out to us to feel as if with the singles and the imagery, if I feel like I know where the album is going, I'm really wanting to invest myself in that. So I'm just really looking forward to that. But nonetheless, I love you guys. I'm just gonna edit this right now and get it out to you same day. And I will talk to you later.